from the station that's on your side. This is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
Flashing lights, signs, not even a fire-breathing dragon inflatable could stop someone from hitting the brick wall on Whiskey Road again.
But first, our first alert weather team tracking some rain heading our way for tomorrow.
And Riley said the rain shouldn't interfere with tomorrow afternoon's St. Patrick's Day parade.
Fingers crossed, guys. There is good.
Riley, thanks. It happened again. The brick wall on Whiskey Road took another hit this week.
This comes almost 3 months after 2 hits back in November. It's been hit at least 5 times since last July. And even though there's flashing lights, at one point this inflatable dragon, it just keeps happening. So where does the city go from here? News 12 Sydney Hood is live from the wall tonight. And Sydney, you were able to talk to neighbors. What do they say about this wall that's become a car magnet?
Well, Laura, the signs right here and this flashing light both use the stand tall, warning drivers to slow down, but clearly, as you can see, the warnings just weren't enough. Now, neighbors are looking for answers right now, but the search for that solution isn't that simple, as Whiskey Road is the responsibility of the South Carolina Department of Transportation. They tell me they're working to fix the problem, but neighbors in the meantime are starting to grow impatient. What seems like any normal road to drive on is actually someone's front yard.
We're what, 50 yards across there? That's our white gate.
A gate tall enough to hide Phil Schaefer's house from the hustle and bustle of Whiskey Road.
I was kind of surprised that it happened again. Surprised that it happened so soon after the last one.
He's talking about this brick wall becoming a car magnet.
Looked out the window and saw that the car that was through the wall again.
Again and again, he's watched the bricks crumble down, even with flashing lights and signs telling drivers to slow down on this sharp curve.
To us, it's just kind of an annoyance.
It's enough to catch the attention of city leaders.
If one is not familiar with the area, driving too fast or driving distracted or impaired can pose a problem.
A problem without a clear solution, since the ones they've tried are not working.
Well, that's yet to be determined because there's a number of alternatives.
Something now in the hands of the South Carolina Department of Transportation. And until a decision is made, neighbors stand by and watch.
Something physical needs to be done. It's going to keep happening until they put some barriers out.
Neighbors tell me they've been reaching out to lawmakers to find any avenue to make a more permanent fix here. Now, we don't know what that looks like or even a timeline until that decision is made by the South Carolina Department of Transportation for what's next here on Whiskey Road.
It's just wild that it just keeps happening time and time again. An expensive brick wall to fix. Sydney, thanks. A mom and community activist is dead after a shooting last night at her home on Brandywine Place. Deputies say Common Gunn's husband shot her after holding her hostage in her home. Her husband, Sean Gunn, then fired at deputies as they arrived, and they shot him. He's in the hospital but will face murder charges when he's released. Common's friends spoke with News 12 today, saying they are heartbroken over the news and say she had a personality that will be hard to forget.
She's always very bubbly, always, like I said, a light. Like every time you've seen her, you always knew she was going to give you a smile. So it's going to be hard to go into rooms and not see her there.
We've got a history of violent charges on file for her husband: restraining order violations, assault and battery charges, a DUI. She owned a local boutique downtown and had several events and charity functions she planned on the horizon. Friends also told us they were already planning a big trip for her 50th birthday next year.
Also tonight, now that the Alec Murdaugh trial is wrapped up, Stephen Smith's mother is still fighting for answers in her case. It's been nearly 8 years after her son's body was found in the middle of a country road there in Hampton County. The cause and circumstances of the 19-year-old's mysterious death have been debated, even among law enforcement agencies. SLED opened an investigation into Smith's death in 2021, citing evidence uncovered while investigating the murders of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh. Multiple people interviewed during the investigation at the time of Smith's death mentioned the Murdaugh name, according to case files. Now there's a push to get the body exhumed and examined.
The family property where Alec Murdaugh murdered his wife and son can soon have a new owner. The hunting property became infamous during the 6-week murder trial of Alec Murdaugh. The Crosby Land Company is listing that property, and they say it's already under contract. The property includes a more than 5,000 square foot home, guest kennels and a shooting range.
We couldn't help but notice a change is coming to Augusta's retail scene. There's a new logo there on the big sign at Riverwatch and I-20.
This is from the camera right outside our studio, and yes, that is a big Bass Pro Shop sign there at the top. And they confirm the rebranding is underway, and we'll see the signage change first, and eventually a full store remodel will follow. So we'll keep you posted on all of that.
Former UGA player has all of his charges resolved in connection to that January crash that killed his fellow teammate and a UGA staffer. Jalen Carter entering a no contest plea to reckless driving and racing. He was sentenced to pay a $1,000 fine, do 80 hours of community service, and then 12 months probation. By entering the plea, the state cannot bring any additional charges against Jalen in reference to that deadly crash.
An 18-year-old is charged after crashing into a Walmart, killing one person and injuring several others. Georgia State Patrol troopers arrested Kaylee Pugh after the crash yesterday afternoon at a Walmart down in Thomasville, Georgia, southwest Georgia. Police say he was speeding through the parking lot before he crashed into the home and pharmacy entrance. A passenger in the car with Pugh was also taken into custody. He's charged with vehicular homicide, reckless driving, and driving without a license. To the women watching, some startling statistics when it comes to breast cancer rates for women. It's the most commonly diagnosed cancer among women in South Carolina and the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths for women in the state. That's according to South Carolina DHEC. Also, black women in the U.S. are 40% more likely to die from the disease. Doctors say African American women are more likely to have dense breast tissue, so it's important to get screened starting at age 40. Nina Mitchell was diagnosed when she was just 38 years old.
We are diagnosed faster and younger than our Caucasian sisters. And even when we go through chemo or if we go through radiation, even different things with our skin and our hair are so different. And these are the things that we're trying to bring to the forefront so people can understand there is a difference.
Doctors say getting screenings and regular mammograms dramatically improve detection and your chance of survival.
Leaders of the South Carolina State House have made expanding school choice a priority. Noon. You didn't hear yourself. I heard. I was listening.
Thank you.
Coming up, the Biden administration giving a popular social media app an ultimatum. Riley?
And we are tracking a cold front moving some rain our way as we head into our Friday. We'll help time out the rain for you coming up in that full forecast.
We know you don't watch all of the news.
We know you have your favorite parts, like the anchors.
Pretty sure it's for our award-winning First Alert weather.
Weather. And you know our sports coverage is a hole-in-one.
Maybe you like connecting the dots to get to the truth.
Well, we do like to mix up your mornings.
Now you can get what you want on our YouTube channel.
Clips and segments from all of our local programs, uploaded just as soon as it happens.
So whatever part of our news you like, you can watch it anytime you want.
Subscribe for free today. Imagine yourself in a new...
Tonight, the showdown between the U.S. government and TikTok is coming to a head.
The Biden administration has issued an ultimatum to the popular video sharing app to part ways with its Chinese-owned parent company or face a nationwide ban over national security concerns.
New calls for a crackdown on TikTok. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby on the takeout with Major Garrett.
We have national security concerns over TikTok and the way the people that run that app conduct themselves and the capabilities inside that app.
The company confirms the Biden administration is threatening to ban the app in the U.S. unless its Chinese owners sell their stakes in the company. One top concern identified by U.S. officials and members of Congress, the potential for China's government to use Americans' data to further a political agenda. Cybersecurity expert Zach Doffman.
So what TikTok could do is it could start to understand behaviours, attitudes, likelihoods of vote in a particular direction based on what it sees en masse in a region, and then it could be used to push a particular viewpoint.
A TikTok spokesperson said the company is disappointed with the administration's threat and said TikTok has been working on solutions, including moving U.S. user data to cloud servers in the U.S. In a new interview, TikTok CEO told the Wall Street Journal it won't matter what the Chinese law or any law says because we're taking U.S. user data and we're putting it out of their reach. Another consideration for the administration, Doffman says, an all-out ban might be a tough sell.
The common user, the average user, it's just not clear cut. I don't think people are buying into the threat.
Members of Congress will be able to ask TikTok CEO questions themselves next week when he testifies in front of a House committee.
As we head for a break, going to give you a live look at Pittsburgh tonight and your winning lottery numbers.
closed captioning for this newscast.
We're bringing big back. It's bigger. She's here. The big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal. No hurry? Very hungry.
A famous cooking company being inspired by a South Carolina city, Pepperidge Farms releasing its new birthday cake cookie all about Charleston.
Ooh, tell me more. The cookies are filled with chocolate chips, colorful sprinkles. Pepperidge Farms says Charleston has become a place to celebrate life's milestones. The rainbow sprinkles represent the city's iconic rainbow row. Yum.
Good idea.
I love Charleston. Love birthday cake.
Like all of that.
Sounds good.
Like
Yeah,
cookies.
let us know. We'd like to sample that.
Yeah.
A great late night snack. Mm-hmm.
Pepperidge Farm. Can't beat it. Great cookie.
Ding. I feel like we just plugged the farm.
Yeah.
Pepperidge
We're
Farm.
in agreement, but we are for Pepperidge
I
Farm.
think we're all agreed. That sounds pretty good right now. Cold glass of milk and say goodnight.
Man, sounding good right there. Hey, we do have a good start to our Friday, but remember, we are tracking rainfall late to the day. Keep your fingers crossed. It does not impact that parade.
All right. We appreciate you watching tonight. That's all I have time for News 12 at 11 and NBC 26 as well.
We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.